Good morning, everyone. This is Elsie Kerns again, and we are live this morning. And I want to introduce to you really a bright light in our world, Lisa O'Brien. And she is a veteran yoga teacher. She is a certified Reiki master. And she also does a lot of unusual things. She's an advanced energy intuitive, and she actually specializes in helping people work through negative blocks and thinking, that kind of conscious, subconscious mind that we all struggle with. So, Lisa, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Elsie, and thank you so much for having me this morning.
So, Lisa, I know that you do so many things, and many years ago, you really started with yoga and became a yoga teacher. So, tell us a little bit about how yoga helps people.
So I have been involved in, physical fitness since my 20s. And when I came into yoga, it just kind of shifted everything for me. And so I devoted, all of my time and practice and learning in the yoga field. And for me, it encompasses everything. So it's not just on the physical. It works with the spiritual, the energetic, the mental. There's this balance that I find with yoga. And so within, the things that happen within life, it's really been such an important piece of helping me to stay as centered as possible and, working on that connection with my body and connection with others, as well as meditation and breath work. So to me, it just encompasses all of that, and it's been an ancient practice. So one of those things of, not to fix something that's not broken. It's just been around forever and has so much to offer. So I'm so grateful to have gotten involved in that.
Now, Lisa, I know that when you talk about ancient practices, not only yoga, movement, breath, and meditation do you work with people, but also something a little bit different because you've done some shamanic training, some drumming, rattling. Tell us how that works. And that is certainly ancient Native American and other traditions as well.
Absolutely. I mean, that's been, around since the beginning of time because we're talking about vibration. So with drumming and with the rattling, I found through, the teachings that I've learned is we're really working with kind of breaking up denser or blocked up energy within the system. And it incorporates almost like this entrainment as well and movement of the body. So there's dance that comes from that. So it's, the indigenous people have been using these tools again since the beginning of time to work with opening up the energy of the body and working with the vibration of it. And through this comes music and movement and dance and all of it. So I'm just, again, very grateful to be a part of that. So offering drum circles where people can experience what that actually feels like, to be involved in a group and to have that vibration of energy just kind of moving through the body and helping to work through any blocks or density.
Yeah, I know a couple of times the Native American dancers have come to the Rancocas Wood area, and it's just amazing to watch them. You can't help but get into the beat and want to get up there and dance yourself.
Oh,
Really.
absolutely. Again, it just pulls you in. I was on a trip in Key West, a real quick story, and I was with a couple of friends, and we were just kind of walking through the town, and in one of the facilities or whatever, there was this unbelievable drumming, and we literally had to follow this drumming to find out where it was coming from because it just pulled you in, and we ended up spending like 3 or 4 hours just dancing at this place the entire time. And so at the end of it, I, was asking like, what band is this? Because it was just such a primal, percussion. And here, the name of the band was N Train, and it's exactly, the movement. Like you could not sit still; you had to move. Listening to this frequency. So it was really quite an amazing experience. And this is what it does. This is what it does for all people.
So, Lisa, I spoke earlier about the fact that you work with this situation with people where they feel blocked or stuck, and you're actually, working with that subconscious mind versus the conscious mind, and you're also combining this with this brand new work that you've been introducing for the last over a year or more on light grid energy work. So I think it would be helpful if people could understand that. What would happen, because I know you do individual sessions with people on the light grid, but you also do group sessions, which are very powerful. And I think the next one is Friday, November 9th. So tell us how that works and what happens so people can understand what the light grid energy work is all about.
Okay, I'll do my best with that. So, to make it as simple as possible, everything in the universe is made up of systems. So, for example, again, we're just kind of making this simple. We have a body system, and the body system is made up of many systems: the respiratory, the reproductive, the circulatory, digestive system, and so on. And then these systems have systems. So, for instance, the digestive system is made up of digestive organs, and then the organs are made up of systems. And this goes down infinitely. And then our body system is part of our family system. And the family system makes up the community system, which is making up all the workforce systems, and so on and so on. And again, this goes infinitely. So ultimately, everything is connected into everything. So this is where the grid comes in. And we have our connection to the earth system and the universal systems and so forth. So we cannot, correct systems outside of ourselves. The only thing we have control over is what is going on within our own system. And so as we focus on that, that then shifts the vibration of our system and works with releasing blocks and programs that are, creating patterns and behaviors in our life that we think, I thought I had this, taken care of, that I really understood this. And here it comes around again. Like, why is that happening again? And what's happening is that we have 95% of us is within our subconscious mind. So
Yeah.
only 5% is within the consciousness. And we can reason with the consciousness. We can make decisions and choices based on, our conscious thoughts. But the programs, the tapes that are running in the subconscious part of self, it's like a machine. And you can't reason with it. It's just running these tapes because this is what it's learned literally from the womb. And it's taken in every single thing, every blink, every breath, every single piece of information has gone into the subconsciousness, and it's not discerning. So it isn't determining, oh, this is good for you and this isn't good for you, or this fits you and this doesn't fit you. It just takes in everything and it stores it. And it's magnificent because it means we don't have to relearn how to walk or talk or read or write or do any of these things, unless, of course, there's some damage, right? So it's phenomenal. But because it's not discerning, it's taking in other people's programs and behaviors and incorporating it as our own. And that's not necessarily always fitting our blueprint. So our reality is basically showing us what's running in our subconsciousness and consciousness. And so based on that information, if there's something going on within our reality that we would like to be different, we can use that to look at, well, what might be running within the subconsciousness that's creating this? It's helping me to see it. And the same thing with things that are going on within the body. So if there's any areas of imbalance, the body's trying to communicate to us that there's a program running that's creating this imbalance. So, here's an opportunity to attempt to track it, to figure out what it is that's going on. So within this work, what we're doing is we don't need to relive the experiences. We've already done that. We want to use the experience as an opportunity of learning, and not have the emotional attachment to it anymore. So it's kind of like unhooking our emotional, attachment to any of our traumas or challenges that we've had, and taking the experience to learn and grow from and understand what is going on within the subconscious mind, because it's only from that place, our awareness, that we can begin to shift it. And as we do that, it helps loved ones and others that are connected in with us, which ultimately is everything, but particularly the immediate, within our immediate field, of ways that, can help them by looking at our example and what we're doing and shifting our frequency that can help them as well, work with theirs. So that would be the simplest way I could describe it.
Well, I know that you do that both individually, but in that group, the power of the group. Tell us again the date and time and location for next Friday's light grid activation.
Yeah, so next Friday, it's at Halo Wellness Center. It's from 7 to 9 o'clock. You do have to pre-register. The room only holds so many people, and usually it does fill up. We attempt to have it every second Friday of the month, if possible. Sometimes scheduling that might be altered a little bit. And so with the group, what's wonderful about the group is that again, we're not in there sharing experiences. We're just there as a group so that what one person is working with, it's working for the entire group. So because we're all interconnected and we're all dealing with the same type of, emotions and patterns and behaviors on some level, some more than others, that sort of thing. And so the group energy is just really a powerful and supportive way to do that. The private sessions are, of course, very individualized. So, it's working with that person's,
Yes.
individual experiences and behaviors and family things and ancestry things and what have you that, have been passed down the line and through the different generations and specifically working, with those things. So, but as far as whether it's private or group, the effects are still just as powerful and the same. So with all of that, what's because I've been working with the light grid work probably for about 5 or 6 years now, and it's always shifting and changing, which is what I love. And so as humanity is shifting and changing, so does the energy that comes in. So it's been going a little bit more into the quantum field, which is this universal consciousness. And so within the field, it's our thoughts are creating this field. And so again, what is in our reality is helping us to see what is going on within our thought process, within the consciousness and the subconsciousness. And so we can work from it, from that level as well, which is really, I'm very excited about this work that's coming in now.
Well, we're all trying to evolve. We need to evolve today in order to survive as the human race. But Lisa, I also know that, like myself, you came to all of this through your own healing. I mean, you were a wife, a mother with your sons, and what really led you into this field?
So I have to say that my youngest son, actually both my sons had some challenges. My older son with some ADD, focusing issues, and my younger one was the digestion and a bit of anxiety as a little one. And so we did go the Western medicine route, which absolutely has its place in many ways. But in this circumstance, it wasn't able to help him. And so it catapulted me, and as a mom, of course, to try to figure out a way to support and help him, to heal through this process. So I just really threw myself into the whole holistic field and studied with a holistic nutritionist, started getting involved in the yoga and the meditation and also the energy work, the Reiki work. And and so as I was working on finding ways to help him, of course, it was working on myself as well, in particular. And once I said yes to those things, the doors just kind of opened. Teachers came in, and I originally just thought that I was only going to be doing the Reiki work and stuff from my son and family, maybe some close friends, and somehow Spirit had another plan. And it just continued to open and evolve. And I am so incredibly grateful because I'm very passionate about what I do and grateful to the Spirit allows me to be a part of that. So I have to thank my son for, the difficulties that he came in with, because that's what really opened my eyes and my heart to something that was greater than myself that I didn't understand at the time. And so now, it's about how can I support others as I continue to work on myself. And we're all dealing with our different challenges and what have you. And again, using the experiences of not getting attached to them or entrained in them, but to say, okay, this is what's happening. Well, why is that happening? What part of me is creating this to help me grow and expand as a spiritual being so that I can better support others within that journey for themselves? So.
Well, I'm sure that people said to you, like they did to me initially, if you lost your mind, what are you doing getting into all this crazy stuff?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's there's many times when I've checked in with self and said, what am I doing? That self-doubt comes in. Should I just go back to, being in the office and so forth and so on? And I found that it's those times when I'm really kind of questioning, these things, because, and I recognize now too, that when, you know, particularly, a family member or whoever is saying, what do you, I don't understand. What is it you're doing? I don't get it. Why aren't you, blah, blah, blah. And I realized that it was myself. You know what I mean? Like they were mirroring my self check-in basically. And what I did find is when I went down into those places of, doubt or, is this really have purpose or what have you, is that each time I would come through stronger. So when it comes in now, at times I recognize, okay, I still have some of this old programming running. And so I just need to work with that and look at the truth. Is this the truth of, who I am and what's going on? And, and again, every time I come through feeling stronger, more convicted, it's all about the faith and trust. And so that helps me to strengthen that part of me. Yeah.
Well, I certainly appreciate your joining me today. And if you'd like to reach Lisa, her website is up there, www.light.org. You can call her at 856 261 0554. So, Lisa, I'm so glad that we were able to override those technical difficulties a little earlier and got a chance to be together today. This is Elsie Kerns, wellnesswithelsie.com, and I am your Chaos to Clarity wellness coach and Eden energy medicine expert. So have a great day, everyone. The sun has just come out here and a little windy, but the colors of the trees are just magnificent. So thank those that joined us, Eileen, Denise, Aura. It was good to see Aurora. Lisa, thank you all for joining us. And we'll have it up on Facebook for the rest of the day. Okay,
Elsie,
thanks, everyone.
Elsie, I'd like to thank you as well. And you were one of my first teachers. And I just want to say that you have been a big instrumental part of my journey here. So thank you so much for